care if you park here? Alright, here it goes. Listen. The detector. Did it go off?
Milepost 163.9. No defects. No defects.
I dare you to stick your head up like that one is going over.
I can't go down any farther. Hey, this is... Hey, it's gonna hit me. What? I think I got you. Yeah. Oh. Okay. That means battery. Oh. Look at my arms. Oh boy. Your arms are all dirty. Is it on autofocus?
No, it's not. You're about far enough away.
Oh, you're a little...
I'm hanging on for life.
Green flag.
Whoa, here it comes.
Hey, that wasn't so bad.
It's fucking loud, man. I got startled sometimes when some loud tracks went across. Scared me a little bit. Maybe tense up a little bit. Okay.
stop right here. Boy, that's a pretty busy yard. That's a good size one.
Must be the Burlington Northern Yard, not the main one.
Oh, big train. One engine and one caboose. A big train, one engine and one caboose.
Where is it?
It's already gone. Yes, I'm getting the train right now.
Oh, it is good.
Union specific.
Huh?
Onion specific.
Yep.
Oh, goddamn motorhome.
Rocks are in the way. Now.
Are you getting that train?
Yeah. Is it Amtrak? Yep. Trying to catch his number. Make sure it's 11.
What? This is great.
Oh, right. Now we're at a light. Amtrak. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Was it getting hazy here or what? Oh well.
I'm over by half a stop. He's barely moving. I was hoping he'd be real long. Wave to Fred.
The Japanese conductor.
No, it's not. Stay out of the shot there, Bill, till he gets clear.
Sorry.
That ought to be it.
Very good. That's awful fast for 25 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's about 25.
Looks pretty funny to see Fred blinking in there.
Bet you won't see him for long.
That last car was jumping. Looks like the trucks are about ready to come up.
Really? Good derailment here in a few minutes.
That's weird. High tech's on a jump train.
Nice that it's dark up in here.
Good evening. An Amtrak train rammed into a fire truck tonight in Calverton, Virginia, killing at least 3 people. Dozens of people have been injured. Authorities say they are not sure if anyone is buried under the twisted wreckage. CNN's Bob Franken is on the scene and has this report.
Several hours after the derailment, there was still a lot of activity at the scene as ambulances were seen moving injured people in and out from the train wreck scene, and various wreckage vehicles were going back and forth trying to remove the train. It is the Southern Crescent Amtrak 19 that derailed about 7:40 p.m., an hour after it had left Washington's Union Station.
I was in the washroom, and the next thing I knew, the doors were rattling, and I went flying and hit my head and just hit everywhere. I rolled around, and the car went over very slowly.
And then what happened?
I got out of there very quickly. I was the only one in.
There were a total of 279 passengers and 20 crew members aboard. Estimates on the number of injured range from 40 or 50 all the way up to 150. The confirmed death count is now 3. Apparently all the victims were on a fire truck that collided with the train. The fire truck was on its way to an accident run when there was a collision at a private road crossing. 11 cars derailed, 5 were left standing, 2 engines also derailed. On the scene, officials set up a field hospital and brought school buses in to run the uninjured passengers away from the scene, and then ambulances took the injured to local hospitals. No official report has been made yet. Officials are still on the scene. The next effort will be to bring cranes in to try and remove the Amtrak train from the tracks. Bob Franken, CNN, Parker County, Virginia.
The powerful
KHSL Night Watch at 11.
Good evening. Southern Pacific is saying a broken track is the cause of this morning's massive derailment. 38 freight cars shot off the tracks just south of Durham at about 4 o'clock this morning. No one was injured in that accident. Tonight, crews are continuing to clean up the mess, as you can see here. They will be working all night, and they hope to have the tracks reopened by tomorrow night at 8 p.m. The midway, which runs along the tracks, is also still closed tonight and should be reopened tomorrow at 8 p.m. as well. Durham Elementary School will be opened with normal school hours tomorrow. But officials at the California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection say they had prepared an evacuation plan just in case something goes wrong. Their biggest concern, the chlorine gas tanker that is still lying across the tracks. Officials plan to move that tanker tomorrow. They say it will take approximately 12 hours. If for some reason the tank were to break, releasing chlorine gas into the air, the evacuation emergency plan would go into effect. Several extra school buses will be ready and waiting at Durham Elementary and would transport students to the Silver Dollar Fairground. Meanwhile, all other nearby residents will be evacuated immediately as well. Officials say that is a remote possibility, but they want to be prepared just in case. Earlier today, Channel 12's Debbie Cobb was at the scene of the derailment and reports now on the day's events.
The freight train looks like a twisted accordion. 38 of the 107 cars on the train are damaged. The derailment stretches across 1/8 of a mile of Southern Pacific tracks. The train was carrying mostly lumber, although some of the cars were carrying potentially dangerous materials.
At this point we have a chlorine tank car that the exterior shell has been ruptured, but the interior shell is intact. No fumes are being given off at this time, and it is stable. We also have a ammonium nitrate, which is a fertilizer spill, and that's okay as long as it doesn't get wet, and I don't anticipate any rain. So
this is one tank that initially raised some concern. It carries combustible materials such as ethyl nitrate, insecticides, and fuel oil, but today it was empty. The train was en route from Reading to Roseville. There were only 3 men on board, the conductor, a brakeman, and an engineer. None of them were injured. The derailment will put a stop to the East Valley Southern Pacific, and traffic will have to be rerouted into Hama County.
We're diverting traffic via our West Valley line that runs through Davis, so we'll be able to continue our freight traffic operation.
Southern Pacific estimates the cleanup will take anywhere from 24 to 36 hours.
Residents living near the track haven't had to be evacuated yet, but Debbie did talk to at least one resident who was shaken by the incident.
Cars flying everywhere, so You know, I was kind of scared at first that a car would like hit into the house or whatever, take us all out.
Also, at least 150 Pacific Bell customers were left without phone services all day today. Services will be restored fully by midnight tonight. Southern Pacific traffic through that area is being rerouted. And in other news.
This is KPIX Eyewitness News at 6.
I thought we were going to die. I honestly did, and my first instinct was just to get out of there, however possible.
Didn't know which way was up or down.
We were getting moved around all over. We were going back and forth, hitting against both sides of the walls. And all of a sudden, we were down, and we saw smoke everywhere.
2 hours after leaving the Bay Area, an Amtrak passenger train collides with a big rig in dense fog south of Stockton. The cars, packed with holiday travelers, careened off the tracks. The engine burst into flames. That accident sent dozens of people to the hospital. Good evening. That train wreck in the valley leaves 3 people dead, 55 hurt, 24 of them seriously. The train is called the San Joaquin, bound for Bakersfield today with almost 150 people on board. It left Oakland at 7:20 this morning, and it made several stops in the East Bay. Here's where the accident happened, about 5 miles south of Stockton at Mariposa Road near Highway 99. Dave Bryan has been on the accident scene most of the day. What you're seeing here, though, is not Dave Bryan, but instead a picture of the train. Dave, what is the situation?
Well, Wendy, right now you can see that the train is shrouded in a thick fog. This is the kind of fog that covered this valley at the time of the accident this morning. And tonight, investigators are looking at 3 factors that they think may have led to this crash. One is the weather. Visibility was near zero. Second, the train speed. Amtrak says it was going about 70 miles an hour, awfully fast for that kind of visibility, although Amtrak says it was within the legal limit. The third question is the safety gates that are supposed to come down and block the intersection. Did they work? Did they come down? Were the lights flashing and bells ringing? Well, tonight investigators say they aren't sure yet. What we do know is that the first witnesses on the scene here found chaos and destruction. The impact touched off a fire in the train's engine, which toppled onto its side into a ditch next to the tracks. Passengers were left dazed by the crash, wandering in the fields where their cars came to rest. The train had been crowded with holiday travelers headed to Southern California for Christmas, including many young children. Amtrak officials estimate the train was moving at about 70 miles per hour within its legal speed limit when it went barreling into this big rig loaded with cans of chocolate syrup, killing the truck driver and the train's engineer and fireman and sending passengers flying through the air.
We felt a big crash and then a rumble and then flames down both sides of the outside of the train, and then the train just started to derail and we went off to the right side and we were totally disoriented.
Tonight, investigators are trying to find out why the truck was on the tracks when the train came rolling through. Workers at a nearby equipment yard next to the crash site questioned whether the crossing gates properly lowered into place with the flashing warning lights and bells.
The only lights I could see when I was looking from right here was the tail lights on that van. See the brake lights on the van. No other red lights inside anywhere.
But an Amtrak spokesman at the scene says the gates were working.
Our information is that they did. And the California Highway Patrol has indicated that they did. There was one unconfirmed report earlier this morning from a so-called eyewitness who said they were not down, but everything that we have seen so far indicates they were down.
Contributing to the crash may have been a thick Thule fog, which lowered visibility to near zero at the time of the accident. Witnesses less than 100 feet away say they couldn't even see the crash, although they definitely heard it.
It sounded like a sonic boom, really severe impact. And we all kind of looked at each other knowing what had most likely happened, and hopped in a pickup truck, drove over here and saw what had happened, called 911, and then ran over to see what we could do about helping people that might have been hurt or getting people out.
The CHP says investigators tonight are looking into every conceivable cause for the disaster.
This is the early stages of an investigation, and this investigation will go on for a long time.
And tonight, those investigators are working with the help of high-powered lights, including federal investigators from the National Transportation Safety Board. They still have lots of questions to answer. That's the latest live from the crash scene. I'm Dave Bryan. Wendy, back to you.
Okay, thanks a lot.
3 people were killed. 17 more were critically injured when an Amtrak passenger train collided with a semi-truck this morning southeast of Stockton. The accident occurred in dense fog. It caused the train's engine and 5 passenger cars all to derail. The engine overturned and then it exploded. The engineer and the fireman were killed, as well as the driver of the truck. Channel 3's Tom Duhane has been at the scene of the accident all day for us, and he's here with us again now with a live Camera 3 report. Tom, what's the situation now?
Well, stand behind me. You can see those eerie lights that are up, helping the investigators through that thick fog to try to take a look at the situation, as we have folks here from the National Transportation Safety Board, the rail experts from the Public Utilities Commission, also the California Highway Patrol still investigating, and local officials. The investigation here comes first, and after that investigation work is completed, we believe sometime during the night, the first work, they'll start to rehabilitate that line and to move those passenger cars. Those cars, by the way, are brand new, costing about $1 million apiece. Those 5 had only been in operation for about 3 days. A crew from Newcastle is standing by, a 10-man crew with heavy equipment, to begin to move the old rail apart to allow Santa Fe to lay down a new rail line, and that will allow them finally to move the passenger cars away. What the scene was like this morning was just incredible. Channel 3's Sarah Reyes was on the scene shortly after the accident.